so let's build this abomination, dude. The first thing you're gonna have to do is make the melody to giant steps. You probably already figured out the whole point of this exercise is that the giant steps melody is in fact a symmetrical melody. And that's why this is cosmically intrinsic, and it surprises me that there isn't already a video on YouTube entitled If MESHUGGAH Wrote Giant Steps. The real interesting part is going to be when I go to improvise over this thing, dude. That's going to be sick, right? That's going to test all my metals. But the key is triads, right? And you're going to see how I use triads in order to actually build the riff here, right? I'm just going to send the changes, like the harmonic changes of giant steps, through a beat cycle, and then I'm going to choose notes based on the triads that are happening at the moment that the beat cycle is intersecting them. So to me, it's actually a very obvious like experiment to do. Okay, so now we got the melody, right? So let's get to work, right? So the whole idea here is triads, right? It's like, I'm like gonna improvise the riff that I'm about to create. I'm composing in real time. It's like improvising, right? It's not really different. So like when I would actually improvise the guitar, the only way it's really gonna work is if I'm just using triads, right? Maybe every so often I break away into a seventh chord. You don't even really need to mess around with sevenths that much, you know, in general. It's more of like a situation where sevenths are more useful when the harmony is more static, right? But this is the opposite of static harmony. Harmony is moving very, very quickly. So you're gonna need triads in order to establish that harmony, right? Because you don't have a lot of time to establish it, right? So what's a beat cycle gonna be, right? I'm gonna go with 13. You know why? Because we're talking about steps. When we're talking about steps, we're talking about 13. How can we do a 13? I like 3-3-3-2 for the 13. Keep it consistent throughout the entire track because I'm going to learn this riff, right? That's going to literally like hurt my brain. No pain, no gain though, right? Right? So you're going to copy and paste that. I wonder how many times we're going to get that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, truncation on the 10th. Oh, it's perfect. Perfect truncation. I love when that happens. All right, great. So now we're running that beat cycle through the harmony, right? And we're just going to choose notes that are going to imply the correct triad at the correct moment. So the first triad, it's a B triad. A B triad going to a D triad. So first note is obviously probably B, and I'm thinking that second note should be an F sharp, right? That's a common tone between B and D, major triads, F sharp, right? And then I'm kind of setting up from D to go to G. So what would be another good common tone? Maybe actually finally go up to D now, right? I like that, surrounding that G. And I'm definitely gonna hit G. Actually, I might stay on B right there and then nicely down to that B flat, right? Because it's a G major triad going down to a B flat major triad, right? And then this B flat triad is taking us to an E flat major triad. So we've got D, the third of B flat. Obviously, it's going to resolve to E flat because this whole 2-measure sequence is just E flat for the entire time. So we're going to stay in E flat. How can we do that? Probably just, 1, 5, and then maybe honestly go down to the third of, right? Now you have the whole E flat triad set up right there, right? And after E flat, you're going to an A minor triad, to a D triad, to a G triad, right? So after that G, it might make sense to go to A, right? You see how that all makes complete logical sense. And probably a D right there, and then probably an F sharp, a beautiful, beautiful aligning resolution, right? I like that. So now that we're here on the G triad, we're going to a B flat triad next. So pretty obvious, we're gonna have a B flat there. And then that B flat triad goes to an E flat. So let's do something different here, something intervallic, right? So D is the third, right, of B, but it's resolving to an E flat, so it's like probably just go to E flat. So there's that giant interval that I was talking about. That's good. So that's an E flat there, and then probably go up to B flat, right? So we're really just implying an E flat major triad here, and then that E flat triad is taking us to an F triad, which is setting up a B major, so that's a resolution. So this is actually a perfect note here. This is the common tone, right? Because B flat is the fifth of E flat. It's also A sharp, which is the third of F sharp triad, right? So then probably, there you go. It just all makes sense. And then another perfect alignment here on B major on the downbeat of measure 4, right? So there we go, perfect B flat. So then what are we gonna do? We gotta kill a bunch of time in the key of B natural. So probably like B, F sharp, and maybe like B again. Like that's like the most B thing you could ever do, right? And now from here, you're setting up to go to E flat again. So this is where that stuff starts to get out of phase, right? Like the beat cycle is forcing us to anticipate the transitions, which is cool. That's actually good. That's an interesting phenomenon. So if we're down here on B, probably just go to F, probably, I would think, right? Because this is an F going to a B flat, going to an E flat. So F is an excellent note there. And then probably, I know I said that, we got to lean into the triads, but I see an opportunity to use a seventh there. A flat is the minor third of F, and then that leads us into B flat. That's the root of the B flat chord that we're currently on, right? And that's about to resolve. So you got to do the classic down to D, right? Hit up that third of B flat, which is the seventh of E flat, and then you resolve right there to the root of E flat. Perfect, right? So this is all E flat stuff, but interesting anticipation there. It's going to sound whacked, that's for sure. But I don't want to listen to any of this yet. Like, I just want to go systems, and then once I start practicing, then maybe I will change some of the notes around. We'll see. But now if I'm just on E flat here, it's like obviously probably, B flat. I'm honestly feeling like G is a good note here, right? I know it's the seventh, the minor seventh of A, but I like how it can just drop down to the major third of D, right? That's that F sharp, and then we're just continuing to work our way down. And now we have a chance to play an A, and then we perfectly resolve to G, although slightly later, right? 1/16th note after the beat, we resolve. So this is funny. Okay, we're almost there though, almost at the end. So now if we're in G, what would be good G stuff? It's just like, what's gonna kill time in G, right? Okay, killed enough time. Now we're going to a C sharp minor triad followed by an F sharp minor triad to set up that B. So it's like, honestly, B is a great note. It's the minor seventh of C sharp. And then it's like, maybe we just go up to C sharp right there. We haven't even had a C sharp, I don't think yet. And now we're setting up the F sharp. So it's probably go down to the third, right? So the A sharp is the third of F sharp. And then finish your F sharp moment with F sharp, no surprise, right? And then that sets up B, perfect. All of this is excellent. Maybe we'll go up to the major third, why not? Right, just killing time in the key of B. And now after B, we're going to F minor, B flat major, finishing in E flat. So what's gonna be good for F minor here coming out of the key of B? Maybe just a C natural, right? And then B flat, perfect, right? B flat is the root of B flat, so that's excellent. So I think this time I'll go down to D, and then I will resolve to E flat from down there. And then I'm in this E flat moment here, maybe go all the way back up, something like this. All right, and now we're gonna finish it off with a C sharp minor and an F sharp, and that's it, and then we're done. So probably C sharp there, and then F sharp. And then perfect. Last note is an A sharp. That's honestly going to be perfect, right? Having listened to this thing. But it's time to take it out for a spin. to this point in the video, you are legitimately a special individual, okay? Because when I was making that, I was literally thinking like, who on earth is going to be able to sit through this? Because that was like peaking on nerdiness for sure. But you made it. So guess what, dude? I have to invite you to join my school because you're the kind of person we need in the school, which is called Systems for Creation, dude. I'm building the faculty, okay? We're gonna have a monstrous faculty. Just look at the Gas Station Mentality album lineup. That's basically the faculty, kid. It's gonna be ridiculous, okay? And of course, all kinds of exclusive content, right? You get the weekly song that I upload only in school, right? That you only get to hear that if you're in the school. Every week I upload a new song because I'm leading by example in Systems for Creation, right? We are composers, dude, right? So we got to compose. That's our job. Also, tons of backing tracks going to be uploading there, including this as a backing track at 2 different tempos. You instantly have access to that. And of course, you have access to the faculty and the community. And literally, like I said, dude, this is the freaking biggest deal ever, right? We got the school. Get ready, dude, because here we come. All right, see you in class. Link in the description.